with racing here at Hemi Outdoors. In our first video we did the firewall and we used this stuff. Here's your Cool It Thermo-Tec. It's the suppressor, that's your heat and acoustical control mat. This video we're going to be talking about using their acoustical mat. It's called the Supersonic. It focuses just on sound, whereas the other one's heat and sound. So this is a little bit cheaper per roll. So it pays to use this stuff where you're just looking for sound reduction, or maybe if you're maybe like an audio guy and you want to put this in your doors or in the trunk or whatever for your subwoofers. This is what you'll use. This stuff here, this is for keeping the heat out of your passenger compartment. As you can see, obviously, like we said in the other video, this is a supercharged 64.5 Mustang. It makes a lot of heat. It's got a big old motor in it. The owner is looking to cruise this at car shows, be down on the street, have fun. And part of having fun is not boiling alive in your car. So that's what we're using this for. The other part of it is, when you look at a newer vehicle, they all come with a lot of sound deadening and stuff like that. And that gives you that nice, satisfying thud when you shut the door. And when you're driving down a road that's got some sand or dust or pebbles on it, it sounds like you're not riding in a Folgers coffee can. And that is a lot to do with the acoustics and the sound control products that come factory in vehicles built recently. This thing, not built recently, it could use some products like this for sure. So the other video was going to run long if I try to put it all together in one. So here's step 2. It's just the acoustic. And we're not going to get into, I'm not going to video and show putting every square inch of stuff in the car. I mean, once you put a couple pieces in and we cover the basics, you're off to the races. This is a great DIY product. It's a great DIY project, and I think you would be blown away by how well this stuff works. I've got a car, it's got incredibly loud exhaust, and instead of putting a muffler on it, I put some of this stuff in there when I put a roll cage in it, and I couldn't believe how much cooler it was where the exhaust was and where the footwell is. It had a little bit less of that noise that kind of gets inside your skull and rattles around and gives you a headache. It had a lot less of that. I couldn't believe how much more fun it was to drive after it didn't give me a headache to drive it for more than 45 minutes. So crazy how that works. Never would have guessed that. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. We're gonna get into it. Let's make it happen. Start off by making everything out of really big pieces. Do the big areas first. Start by covering your big shapes, your big flat areas. So what I like to do is you start off with all your big areas and get that nice, and save all your little pieces, because you can use those to fill in the little areas or whatever. You don't want to go cutting up a nice big sheet and cut like little pieces out of it, and then you'll end up having to piecemeal together your big areas like a quilt, and that just no. Do that, Rob. Later, dude. I really like to do this with, I cut everything so that the logos line up from the firewall all the way back. All the logos and everything stay in the same direction. I think it looks really professional, but because the shape I'm dealing with back there, it's going to be the most efficient use of the product to cut it in a different direction, and now the logos won't line up. So I like to make it look professional, but at the same time, it's most important that the customer gets value. Well, I think it's most important that the customer gets value for their money, and that means not wasting the material they're paying for trivial details that actually don't make a big difference on the finished result. It won't matter what direction the logos are once the carpet's in, but I always thought that was a really nice touch to make sure the logos line up. But we're not going to do that. We're going to be reasonable here. We're going to turn off my OCD just for a minute See if I can't cut my freaking arm off. I'll turn my OCD off for just a minute. We'll do this. We'll be reasonable about it, huh? Now, if you had any kind of friends or help here, they could be holding down this for you. But that's not me, not today. Now, don't throw anything away. This strip could be your saving grace. It could cover up a little spot somewhere. So, let's get this stuff in the car. Okay, the big high impact areas first, right? So we're talking about that area there. We're talking about, I mean, listen to that reverb there. That's just ridiculous. So like I said, I cut these. If you're paying attention, the logos go that way. I cut these so that I could have them in there like that and keep the logos going one nice direction, make it look really nice. But we're not going to do that. So what I had to do is I get these in there. This edge is, or this dimension is what we needed, and then we'll trim it to fit back there. But let's get these in because, I mean, why not, right? Let's get these in here. Now, see, they're very sticky, so don't go sticking them to nothing you don't want to stick them to. Go there. You gotta crawl in there, Bob. Yeah! It stuck to me. See what I can lay on in here. Alright, crawl through the roll cage. Alright. So, where I would start is I would get this like a taco, so the edge near me isn't getting stuck to stuff I don't want it stuck to, and we'll get that edge right up in there where I want it. Get that leading edge stuck down real good, and then work your way out of there. Remember, once this stuff is stuck down, you ain't getting it back up real easy, so you want to make sure as you're going, you mean it. So there's that piece, huh? That looks like $1 million plus tax. Dang logos aren't lined up, but what do you do? And as you're going, even though you sucked it out and you wiped it out before you started, it doesn't hurt if you see a little dust that maybe you knocked off of something or whatever. Give her the quick suck job. Now your mileage may vary, but I don't think you can ever go wrong with a good suck job. A quick little suck job. Again, you get this just where you want it, you get it stuck down real good, and then I'd go along, grab your knife, okay, and you'll see there's a line here. You can't see it, but I can. You can just see where it's overlapping. And I would just slice that. And that gives you a nice tight seam there. And no wasted product. Now you might think that that wasn't worth doing, but that little strip right there could be nice filler if you got maybe a corner or something that needs filling. On these, I would shove it down into the corner and run my blade just down at the bottom. You don't want to run it up high where you can scratch your interior or something. And that does, this part of it does get covered up by carpet, but you get the idea. We don't want to go wrecking nothing. Put it down through there and through there. Cut it off. So now we've got a piece. Fits real nice in here. It just follows the side of the car pretty good. Here we go. Get this started in here. Now you'd want to start it wherever your corners are, and then here, push that down in there real nice. I don't have anything super cool to say. I'm not Billy Mays here. Stick that to that so I don't stick it to something. Let's get this other piece of it in here quick. Now again, line your logos up.